This is Tom Fox, and I'd like to welcome you to the Daily Compliance News. The Daily Compliance News is the only daily podcast which curates 4 top compliance, ethics, and/or corruption stories for your listening and viewing pleasure if you're watching this on YouTube. We daily look at some of the top stories, and it gives you a great way to start your day around compliant ethics and sometimes corruption. So check out the Daily Compliance News. It's on the Compliance Podcast Network. Also, if you haven't done so, please check out AI Today in 5, where I look at 5 AI compliance-related stories on a daily basis as well. Thank you. The Daily Compliance News for September 3, 2025, the Shame on Mickey edition. And we begin with that story from Reuters, which reports that Disney will pay $10 million to settle claims of allowing unlawful collection of children's data. The FTC allegations that the company unlawfully allowed personal data to be collected from children who viewed kid-directed videos on YouTube without notifying parents or obtaining their consent. So, shame on Mickey. Next up, from the New York Times, yet another CEO is shown the door for having an inappropriate relationship with a subordinate. This time it's Nestle, the world's largest food company, and the CEO, now former CEO, Laurent Frixie, sorry for that pronunciation, has left the company over an undisclosed relationship with a subordinate in breach of the company's code of conduct. Nestle said that his dismissal followed an investigation into a romantic relationship. The investigation was overseen by the company's chairman and lead independent director and included outside counsel. The company said its values and governance are very strong foundations of our company and that the change was effective immediately. Next up, from the South China Morning Post, an opinion piece by Yanto Chandra, who says that Indonesia badly needs new ideas to root out corruption. There have been protests which have sprung up across the country, are warning about the state of the country and a wake-up call for better governance. Social media posts are filled with photos of lawmakers who left the country in a rush to find safety. Picture an administration running a huge fiscal deficit. Interest payments on loans are taking up an increasingly large part of the budget. But shortfalls are plugged, and the money is taken for the purposes of corruption. And Indonesia has a long and unfortunately very, very bitter history with this. There must be extensive reforms to uproot this legacy of corruption, and it's a wicked problem that starts as soon as someone sets foot in a legislative chamber. And continuing our theme on corruption in Asia Pacific, Bloomberg reports that the Philippines says it's lost up to 70% of its flood budget due to corruption. This is $2 billion, and it's crippling economic growth in the company. If you're wondered about the invidiousness and the cost of corruption, well, here it is. Average economic losses from corruption and flood control projects have reached 42.3 billion Philippine pesos. That's 739 million from 23 to 25. And the estimated budget, that's 70% of the budget. There are ghost projects, poor quality projects, and the people end up losing because of the government's funds, which of course comes from taxpayers, is never used. So 2 Asia Pacific countries who are now struggling mightily with corruption. The cost of the Philippines is in their flood control and reclamation projects, and Indonesia has systemic and endemic corruption that the South China Morning Post says must be addressed. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.